Your Honor, I would like to take this opportunity to explain what happened at my dad's vacation home. First, I think you should know that my parents divorced when I was 12 years old. They still don't get along. The last time we went to the vacation home was when I was 9, before the divorce. It was one of the last times I remember us being happy as a family. I think this is why we stopped going to the vacation home, because it brought back too many memories. I don't know why my dad didn't just sell it. I guess he never needed the money. You are probably wondering why I was there that night. I will tell you the truth. I wanted to have a party for my 18th birthday. I went early to get the place ready for the party. My friends were going to come later. I did not tell my dad where I was going, and he didn't ask. It takes about 2 hours to drive from our house in the city to the vacation home. I got there just as the sun was going down. I saw that the lights were on inside, and I thought that was weird. I wondered if the lights had been on the whole time since we went there when I was 9 years old. I parked my car and went inside. We always left the door to the vacation home unlocked. The first thing I noticed was the smell. It smelled like eggs. I don't know why, but that is what it smelled like. Then I saw that there were dishes in the sink, and there was food in the refrigerator. I checked the liquor cabinet, but it was empty. That was also weird, because my dad always kept the liquor cabinet full. I texted my friends and told them we would need to find more drinks for the party. Then I heard a noise from upstairs. I got a little scared, but I went up to see what it was. I opened the door to my old bedroom, and there were people in there. It looked like a whole family of people. There were mattresses on the floor. One of the people said something to me in a language I didn't understand. They all seemed afraid of me. I was afraid of them too. I backed away and closed the door. I went back outside to my car. I wasn't sure what to do. I couldn't call my dad, because then he would know that I was trying to throw a party in the vacation home. I texted my friends and told them the party was canceled. Then I decided to call my uncle. He lives pretty close to the vacation home, and I thought he might know what to do. He answered the phone right away, and he laughed when I told him what I saw. He said he wanted to come and see for himself. I love my uncle, but he is kind of crazy. He showed up about 30 minutes later in his truck. When he got out, I saw that he had a gun and a harness on his belt. He shook my hand, and I could tell that he had been drinking. He winked at me and said, "Let's join the party." I followed him inside. He checked the refrigerator and the liquor cabinet like I did. Then I followed him back upstairs. We looked in my old bedroom again, and the family was still there. My uncle said something to them, and they said something back. I couldn't understand them, but they seemed to understand each other. My uncle nodded and shut the door. I followed him to each of the other bedrooms down the hall, and there were more people in all of them. My parents' bedroom was the most crowded. I think there were about 10 people in there, and more mattresses on the floor. My uncle talked to them too. He was smiling, but they looked afraid. I saw that they were looking at his gun. My uncle told me to help him flip over one of the mattresses, so I did. The bottom of the mattress was covered in little black bugs. I jumped back. My uncle said, "Just like I thought, this whole place is infested." "What should we do?" I said. My uncle said, "Once the bugs take over like this, there's really nothing you can do. I've seen it before. You can take all the mattresses out of here, but by now the bugs are in the carpets and the walls. They're in the attic and the basement and the ventilation system too." "So what do we do?" I said. "Follow me," he said. He went back outside to his truck and got a big can of gasoline from the cargo bed. I asked, "What are you doing?" He said, "Trust me, it's the only way." He went back inside with the can of gasoline, and I followed him. He poured some on the carpet downstairs. Then he went upstairs and started going room to room, pouring gasoline on all of the mattresses. The people were still there in the room, so my uncle said something to them, and they grabbed their stuff from the floor and rushed down the stairs. My uncle made a trail of gas going down the stairs to the front door. Most of the people from the vacation home had disappeared. I don't know where they went, but some people were still standing there in the street. I recognized the family that had been in my bedroom. They were holding each other close, and I felt lonely. My uncle told me to stand back. He threw the rest of the can of gasoline into the vacation home. Then he took out his lighter, and the whole place was on fire. My uncle hooted and hollered. It was cold outside, but we warmed up quickly from the heat of the flames. I knew we had to get rid of the bugs, but I still wasn't sure why those people had been in the vacation home, or where they were going to go now. The fire grew larger and larger. Soon we heard sirens, and the last family who had stayed ran away. First the fire trucks came, and then the police. They talked to my uncle and me. I told them that I didn't know what was happening. I just wanted to throw a party. "It was those bastards who started the fire," my uncle said. He was talking about the people who were in the vacation home. I didn't know what to do. The cops didn't seem to believe my uncle. He called them pigs, and they arrested him. And then they arrested me too. I was very surprised. Only now do I understand the severity of our actions. I know that I am guilty, and I am very sorry. I wish I could go back and stop my uncle, but now it is too late to change what happened. I can only think about my future. I love people, and I want to help them. I know I have a lot of growing up to do. I don't see why my future should be ruined because of this. I am not a bad person. I hope you understand. I just made a little mistake.